The Harrowell collection was conceived in 2001 by chance. It was a work colleague of mine by the name of Ross Sargent offered me a group of medals to a chap from the 35th Battalion. I was reluctant to purchase them because it wasn't really my interest at the time. The collection consists of World War I medals, memorial plaques, military memorabilia for men from the 33rd Battalion, New England, 34th Battalion, Maitland Zone, 35th Battalion, Newcastle Zone, and the 36th Battalion, which was known as Carmichael's 1000, which was raised from gun clubs all over New South Wales, and they were that was the rifle regiment of the 9th Infantry Brigade, the 36th Battalion. This is the final resting place of a person and a digger, but it's also the starting point for a researcher and a historian, because this is where the information lies, and quite often you can't find it anywhere. You know someone's buried somewhere, but you don't know where, and you wander through the cemeteries with your notepad and your camera and a pen, and you come across a grave like Private Adam Frew, 34th Battalion. He was an original member, served A Company. He's buried here. He lies with his parents. The headstones are paid for by the Commonwealth War Grave Commission, and particularly military researchers, you walk into a cemetery and this is what you look for. You look for the grey granite headstone, or the white marble headstone, or the small metal plaques on a concrete background. It's all about honouring their memory, honouring their sacrifice, honouring what they did and their family, and hopefully it'll be appreciated for many generations to come.
Anzac Parade, it's the only way, violent man.
Keeping the Anzac tradition going here at the club is very important for us. We did some renovations and we actually expanded the area for David's collection. Keeping that memory going is what we see the club as a valuable thing.
So if it wasn't for the support of Swansea RSL, this collection would be on display, but the website itself would not be on display. Through their financial support has enabled the research that I've done over 10, 12 years to be on display for all Australians to appreciate, and I thank Swansea RSL for that. This section of the display represents the men that were killed in action during the First World War. When they were killed, their next of kin was issued a memorial plaque, a memorial scroll, and a letter from the King thanking them for the ultimate sacrifice of their son who was killed in action. These medals on display have never been worn because the men passed away, but they're on display with their plaques and a number of scrolls to represent their sacrifice that they gave during the First World War. The database online, the Harrowell collection, consists of research of all these men with the medals that are on display, and a lot more research of men who served in these battalions. They are there for future generations, and they are there to look at our heritage. It is their history, but it's Australia's heritage, and it is for all to honour these men and their families and the sacrifice that they made and that the families made. And I've tried to attempt to research as much family information as I can. If I find where they have passed away, I will go to those cemeteries and I've taken photographs of their graves, researched their family for the descendants, and I've been in touch with many descendants who have given me more information on their family, and I've also assisted the families reuniting with family members that they didn't know existed, which is fantastic, and it's all about the networking. We're all here to help each other and pass information on, and I get great satisfaction from helping others to find out about their ancestors.
We're very proud to have that here on our premise. As mentioned earlier, plenty of people do come into the club and they comment, have amazing comments on the actual collection, and all we hear is positive feedback about it.
The concept of the collection coming on display at Swansea RSL was that of James Taylor, OAM. He approached me many years ago because he knew what I was collecting and asked if I could place some items on display, which I did for a period. And then a number of years later, Kyle Emden approached me, the general manager. They were doing extensions and if I'd like to put those items in a larger display cabinet if I had some items to fill them, which I did. Lieutenant James Hefner, he served with the 35th Battalion. He was killed in action on the 10th of February 1917 in France. He also was a member of the Grand United Order of Free Gardens of Australia, Royal Oak Lodge number 9, and this plaque was presented to his family for his service and giving the ultimate sacrifice during the First World War, and also as a member of the lodge. Testament was presented to Lincoln East by his father-in-law from the Methodist Church at Kiama before he went to war and served. He was unfortunately killed in action in June 1917, and his Bible was returned to Australia and has ended up in the collection with a number of letters from the man who found the Bible, returning to his father and a pocket watch. There's always an air of excitement when you come across information or there's a medal being put up for sale or memorabilia for sale for a man to collect for the 33rd and 36th Battalion, because the medals look the same but they're named to a different man, and that's only to one man, an individual, and he went through a different experience, came from a different background quite often, and it's an excitement because that's another man you can research. Well, there's more information that you can add to your research and your collection, but it's the provenance that you find out when you research on these men. For example, some men may have been wounded in action 5 or 6 times, others may not have been wounded at all and really had not much action at all. And you continually quest to find more and more information on these men because the information's out there, you've just got to source it. As this collection, I'm just the custodian at the moment. You share your information with others. Please share it with everyone because it's everyone's heritage, it's not yours. And I've done that many a time. Families contact me and ask me for information and I gladly give it. And that's what I'm hoping to do, just to share the information with as many people as I can.